Hello! In this tutorial I will show you how to create very simple, beautiful stylized flowers, like you here see in my screen. And during this tutorial we will try to create something very similar. First of all, I start from gathering some references. We need to understand what type of flower we want to achieve, what shape we want to have, what colors. It will be tall flower, it will be small flower. Better to choose some references from the game as usual. And then we will go to Photoshop and we'll create the flower texture. So we go to Photoshop, create new file, 1024 for 1024, and click create. Now we'll go to the shapes. I will choose oval shape and create an oval. Here I will go to fill, choose gradients, and here I have a big amount of different presets, and I want to find some nice preset. For example, I want a pink flower, like this. Here you can also play with gradient, you can choose different type of color combination, you can add colors, for example, like this. You also can play with shapes of the gradient, but now we will leave linear with gradient angle. So you have a big field of stuff to play, but now I'm satisfied with this result. Okay, what's next? This shape is kinda boring and I want to change it. So I will use these two tools, this one direction tool. If you click right mouse button you can see both of them, but we need the white one. And here we have different pen tools and we will need convert point tool. So here I go, one mouse button click, and here I can start dragging this curve point, and I want to create something like this. And maybe like this. I will create a heart shape, but I want to make this point not round, like this. For example, no, I'm not really satisfied with the result. Yeah, now it looks much better. For example, I'm satisfied with the result. And if I decided, and now I need to create the flower shape, but if I will rotate the shape, as you can see, the gradient is also changes. But we don't need this. We just need to go here, right mouse button click, and rasterize layer. Now, when we rotate the shape, the gradient is not changing. So what we need to do next? We will duplicate this shape and we'll rotate it. And now we need to form the flower. For example, like this. And one more time. Okay, I'm happy with this result, and now I want to add something in the center. As usual, I go here, choose an oval tool, and with shift I can create around, with pressing shift and dragging I can create this round circle. I don't need something big like this, and I want to choose just simple white color. No, it's look a bit boring. Okay, we will go here also for gradient, and we'll choose this gradient, and we'll choose radial gradient. And now it looks much better. Now I will select all the shapes and merge layers. And this will be our first flower. Now I want to create a tall flower. I create new layer, go here, and as usual I will start from oval shape. We'll go to see what colors we have. For example, blue one. Nice blue color. Okay, for example, I like this color. And we'll start to play with shape. Oh, why not? I like this shape, for example. But I don't really like this gradient. I want to add something more. Oops. As usual, I go here. Let's choose another color. Oops. If you don't need something, you can just drag it down and this part will disappear. Oops. And here I also want to choose something else. Okay, maybe I will do like this. And here I will create white one. Sometimes it's hard to choose interesting color. No. Okay, let's take a dark blue. For example, I'm satisfied with the shape. What I need to do next is usual rasterize layer, and I will start to create the shape. First of all, I will rotate it like this. And we'll duplicate it. Like this. One more time. Okay, let's start from the bottom. Make this one bigger. And step by step we building a flower. maybe can add some variations. And for example, maybe one to the top. I'm not sure, but I will try. No. For example, I'm happy with this result. And as usual, I will merge this layer. Okay, and I will create one more flower. Very simple one. Let's create an oval. Oh, okay, let's create something. Oh. Let's create a different shape. For example, this one. We'll also go to choose gradient. And we'll choose basic blue, purple. Oh, for example, something like this. Very nice one. And yeah, for example, like this. As usual, rasterize layer. Okay, and the last part is the center part. As the same, I will go to gradient and we'll choose something interesting. Change it to radial gradient. Like this. Also, if you don't want to use shape, you can always create new layer, go to the brushes and paint your flowers, or for example, you can create it like this, or maybe like this, and this will be smooth center. Something like this. So you have a big field to play with it. We will merge these files as usual. Now we need to create leaves and we need some space for this. I will make these flowers a bit smaller. So, how to create leaves? It's also very simple. I will go and start with oval, like this. As usual, gradients, and we'll go to greens. For example, this one. As usual, I can leave it as it is. Long one. let's create something more interesting. Oh, as you remember, I forget to rasterize the shapes. Okay, and let's change the gradient also. Okay, let's take this one. As usual, rasterize. We'll also rasterize this one. Duplicate. And I will leave it as it is. The last thing that we need to do, we need to create to add some color that we will use for our trunks. I will use rectangle shape. We'll go also fill gradient. We'll choose the same one, but I want to change the direction of it and one more. Here also gradients, and let's choose what we will use there. Okay. Let's choose this one. Why put these gradients to the down part? Because we want to have a wind in the game, that our flowers is also interact with the wind, and to do so we will mask the bottom part, so the bottom part of our flowers will not move. So that's why I leave this part of for the trunks. So I will make a bit bigger. Yeah, like this. So what we need to do next? We need to save this as our base color. We go File, Save As, we will choose Targa, and we'll save it as Flowers Base Color. Then I will choose, I will also rasterize these layers. I will choose all these shapes that we created and put them to the folder. Then I will go here to the group, click here and choose color overlay, and I will choose a black color. And the last step, we will go here and create curves. This will put down, this will go up, and here we have our mask. So File, Save As, and we will save it as Targa Alpha. The next step is go into Maya and create a flower mesh. So as you can see, I already have Unreal Engine mannequin here in my scene. I already show how to add this here in previous video. I will leave the link to this video in the description. So first of all, we will start from plane. We don't need any subdivision, just one. What we need to do next? We just click right mouse button click, go to favorite materials and choose, for example, Lambert. Go here and we'll call it flowers. I will call it flowers 1 because I already have flowers. And now we go to color, click here and choose file. Click here on the folder, go and search for our texture and choose base color texture. Now we don't see anything, but if we click here, we will start looking at our texture. And also we want to add some transparency. What we need to do, we will go here for transparency, click on this rectangle, File, and choose our alpha texture. And now we see our flowers in all its beauty. What's next? Next we need to cut this into the pieces. I will start doing this with multi-cut tool. It's here. Oh my, mesh tools, multi-cut. Okay, what I need to do next? Okay, like this. So I'm pretty happy with my result. Maybe a bit one more here. So what we need to do next? We need to delete all extra geometry that we don't need. We will go to face mode. Oh, here I forget to cut. Like this. And delete all faces that we don't need anymore. Yeah, like this. Now we can go to object mode, click here to separate. It's mesh combine separate, it's here. And what we need to do next? As you can see, they all are together now. Just we need to go to the faces, click, and here detach. Detach. Go to object mode F8 and also uncombine them. So this one is separate. Sometimes it has some bugs, so I try to detach them step by step. As you can see, let's do like this. And as you can see here, I have some part of the textures. I don't need it. I need to cut it one more thing. One more time, like this. Okay. As you can see, this flowers is quite big for our character, so we will made them a bit smaller, maybe like this. And the last step that we need to do, we need to connect our dots to revise if everything is okay. I think I will combine these dots because we don't need them. Here we don't have such problems. Okay. I will just select two dots and go click, shift and click and connect components. Here as well. Also, when you cut your shapes, you need to think about how I will bend this plant if I want to make this. If not, you can just cut as you want, but if you want to bend it, better to think about it. For example, this one, this leaf, if you want to bend it, we can add a bit more geometry for this purpose. This one I will not bend, so I'll just leave it as it is, and this one also. So here we also have some dots that we don't need anymore. I will select this one and connect them. Connect them like this. Also this one. And this one. So I will start from this one. Duplicate it, rotate. And place them to the 0. Oh, center pivot, and then place it to the 0 coordinate. So I will duplicate it, and you can place it like this in cross shape, but I usually rotate it like this and have 3 parts of it. And I will combine these meshes, and it will be my flower. And as you can see, the top part is not really matching, so better to fix it a bit. We will move it like this. And this one also. Yeah, much better. Oh, combine them, and now I need to create a trunk for this flower. I will create a cube. Something like this. I don't need this top and bottom part, and all these middle parts, edges of the middle parts I will make smooth, and here you have almost the circle. What we need to do next, we need to add some color to this trunk part. So I will go here, UV automatic, it's okay, and we also need to add existing material. It's just right mouse button click, existing material, flowers 01. Oh, it's not our flowers. Flowers 1. Yes, here it is. UV shell, select, and add our trunk here. but for this flower I think better to use this color, like this. And now we want to add some leaves. Like this. We can place pivot here and rotate it. Okay, maybe one more leaf. So yeah, something like this. And we'll combine this flower. The last step that we need to do, we need to set up the normals. To do so, I will create a plane, select a plane, select a flower, and go to Mesh, Transfer Attributes. With this setup, vertex normal on, all other is off, and click Apply. As you can see, now we can see our flower very good. Oh, and before deleting the plane, you need to delete history by tab. So, like this. You can leave this flower as it is. I will place the pivot point here. And we'll export this flower. We'll save it as flower 01. Let's say flower new 01. And you also can create some combination of them, like this. Create a small bush. Select all this bush, combine, place to the middle, and as usual, put pivot a bit down, and file export selection. Okay, the next one will be this one. I want to deform it a bit, like this. And for example, I want to have one more above, like this. I will combine it. And I want to create, duplicate and create one more flower, because I want to create, for example, a small, I want to form a small bush. If you see that the pivot is very strange, you can always tap here and choose the pivot object or world, better to world, and now you have now you can rotate everything with any problems. I will not add any trunk to these flowers because sometimes we don't need it. If we will put it in the grass as a small bush. For example, like this. I'm happy with this result. I will select all of them, combine them. Now I will select it. Oh, and now I will create a plane. As usual, select a plane, select the flowers and go to Mesh, Transfer Attributes. Oh, and before deleting, I need to delete history. And now I need to place it in the 0 coordinates and place a pivot here. File, Export Selection, Flower 03. Also, I think I will also export the single one. Oops. File, Export Selection, and we'll save it as 04. And we have the last flower, this one. I will also add some shape to this flower like this, and we'll make it smooth. And for this flower, let's create another trunk. I will copy one of these trunks. But I want to change the color like this. This will also to the 0. Like this. But let's create this flower very tall. Like this. And let's create some. Oh, we need to combine it. Oh, let's add leaves first. Okay, if you want to bend this leaf, we can go deform, non-linear bend, rotate it, go to attribute editor and start changing the curvature, then rotate it like this. We can play with parameters. For example, I'm satisfied with this result. And I will add this leaf to this trunk. Yeah, like this. Okay, now I will combine this flower. As usual, create the plane, select the plane, select the flower and go to mesh transfer attribute, history, delete plane, and I will export this flower as solo flower. No, but do not change this. File, export selection as flower 05. And now I want to create also a small bush, because I think I will use it as a bush, not a single flower. Like this. And one more here. And one more here. For example, like this, I will select all of them, combine, and as usual, create a plane, select a plane, select a flowers, go to mesh transfer attributes, select the flowers, delete history, delete plane, center pivot, and place it here. And as usual, you need to remember to put some parts under the terrain. It will work better on the scene. Okay, file, export selection, flower 06. And that's all. Now we can go to Unreal Engine. So now we can just drag and drop our flowers and our textures here. No collision, do not create materials, combine meshes, import all. And here is all our flowers. Now we need to create a material for these flowers. I will not create it, I will just show it. So here how it look like. Wait a minute. So it's also very simple material. We created. Here we can change it to masked, to sided. And that's all changes in this. So we have base color, alpha, some normal fix, roughness, and some simple wind. So we'll start from the color. Oh my god. So first of all, we need to drag and drop our base color texture as matte button click, convert to parameter, change the name, and you have the same one. To create a tint texture, just press 3 and click, right mouse button click, convert to parameter, and here you can change the color. And you also have the same one. Then multiply node, just click M and you have multiply node and plug in it to the base color. For the roughness, you can also create a node, click 1 and you will have the same one. Right mouse button click, convert to parameter, and we'll call it R as roughness. So next step is our opacity mask. For this we just need to drag and drop our texture. Right mouse button click, convert to parameter, and we have the same one. I call my alpha. So next we need to fix the normal, the same as in grass tutorial. We need to create this color node, just click 3. Here we can make this picture bigger, and in blue we need to place 1, and here we have the same one. Two-sided sign, it's right mouse button click. Two-sided sign, here it is, and multiply, multiply, and we will plug into the normal. And the last step is simple grass wind node. Right mouse button click, simple. Simple grass wind, here is this node. To create these two parameters, we can just right mouse button click here and promote to parameter. And to change this to 0.3. Wind speed to 0.3 as well. To create an additional WIPO, we don't have it, so we just one and click, we have the same node. We plug in it here. And for this one, it's for masking our bottom part, so it will not move with wind. We just need to create text coordinate node. It's a text coordinate node, here it is. Mask node, it's mask component mask, here it is. And we need to leave only G here. And this node called 1-. That's all. And we need to plug in it to the world position offset. And that's all. Now we have master material. We go here, right mouse button click and create material instance. I will call it my flowers. And here I need to change the textures for our textures. I go here, press here to activate them and just drag and drop them here. I will not change any wind setups, base color setups will leave as it is. Now I need to open all my flowers and assign this material here. Now we can go to foliage and just drag and drop it here. So I will start from this one, first one. I think about 600 will be okay. The side 1, 5, 4, for example 2, and let's try. Oh, I think it's change. The size is too much. 1.5. Yeah, this one is okay. As you can see, they are quite bright. If you think that this color is too bright for you, you can also go, for example, here for to texture and change the brightness, for example, for 0.8, 0.5, I don't know, 0.6. Or you can go to material, to the tint, and also change it here, for example, 0.8. Oh, 0 boss. So, foliage. Oops. Now let's check. Oh, another flower, this one. As you can see, when I start paint with them, we almost don't see them in grass. We need to make them to change the offset a bit to make them visible, for example, for 20. And as you can see, they now became higher, maybe 30. Yes, 30 is good. But as I can see, 200 is too much. maybe 50. No, not 50. Let's leave 100. Too small. 150. Yeah, this one is nice. Here we can paint a bit here. Some flowers here. Like this. And let's take our last one flower, but not least, maybe 500, variation from 1 to 1.15. Oh no, it's too much, 200. We can make the same with the solo one. From 1 to 0.5. Now I want to populate some flowers a bit through our field. Like this, and the last one. So yeah, something like this. And now if I will click play, here is our flowers. As you can see, some colors are quite intense. I think that's because I choose very bright colors in Photoshop. For example, for these flowers, colors is very nice, but this one is a bit intense. And this one is also. But you can also, you can always fix them just by editing the instance material. For example, you can tint them in all colors you want. For example, add some warm colors, and as you can see, the picture is also changed a lot. Even like this. The colors now looks much nicer. And as you can see, the wind is a bit intense, so we can change it. For example, 0.1. Yeah, like this. And that's all. That's our flowers. I wish you good luck with your flowers. Goodbye.